Hey, everyone.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. We're here.
It's been a long week, but we made it. I didn't think we would, but we did, and we are here.
We started it. Yeah, let's first, let's get the dog in the shot. Come here, Joe. Come here.
Let's get Joe to jump up on the table.
Oh, he's doing so good. Good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. So if you're watching the YouTube video, I'm petting him right here. So go over and that's our promo. That's our marketing.
That's it.
That's it. It's always been Joe.
This is the Timon and Lincoln Show. I'm your Lincoln host.
And I'm your Timon host, and this is your favorite blank podcast.
Your favorite blank podcast.
Okay, where we just blankety blank all day long.
Timon, what's going on over there?
I am feeding Joe.
What are you? What's
I am dueled up. I have two laptops.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I have a beer that I'm about to pop open. Let me pop that out.
Okay. How about the vest you're wearing?
Oh, you gotta get super.
What's going on with this?
It's cold. That's what's going on.
And if you'll notice, I'm wearing two vests. Two vests. Because someone had the great idea to turn the heat off when it was 25 degrees today.
What an idiot. Who was that?
It was you, Timon.
Oh, shoot. That was me. I'm an idiot.
So if you're wondering why I look extra fat today, it's because I'm wearing two vests.
Not the cheesy nachos you ate yesterday.
It's not the fact that I am actually fat. It's the vests.
It's the best.
The vests.
Yeah. Well, it's cold, man. I totally did not realize what I was doing. We had a nice little fight about this earlier. We don't need to rehash it.
We did, listeners. I called Timon stupid for turning the heat off when it was 25 degrees out.
It's okay.
I don't think I'm in the wrong.
I have a lot of things I could call Lincoln stupid about, but we're not going to bring it up here.
You definitely could. You're right, and that's what makes you a better friend than me.
I turned it off yesterday. I went on a walk, and I was like, man, I am so warm, and I turned it off because I was like sweating, and then it snowed.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Then it snowed. So
listeners, I turned the heat on this morning, and I came back, and it was turned off again.
I definitely turned off the heat today. I didn't know that it was.
You didn't see the snow outside?
No, I really didn't. I didn't go outside until I walked Joe this afternoon, and it was snowing while I was outside. But by that time,
you left the heat off after you came back inside and realized it was snowing and very cold. You're like, you know what?
Turn it off in the morning
today.
At 11:15 when I woke up, and I was like, man, it's nice and warm out, whatever. And so I turned it off, and went on my walk, and I totally forgot that I turned it off. I really just didn't even. We're like that couple who fight over the thermostat, and it's beautiful.
We are that couple because we are fighting over the thermostat.
I was so here for it.
Yep.
Man, did you have a good April Fool's?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It's really amazing the amount of. Well, actually, let me backtrack here. Let me backpedal. It's amazing the amount of things that people fall for on any given day on social media. It is especially amazing to see the amount of things that people fall for on April Fools on social media.
I heard Aaron's favorite color is red.
Cool.
Yep.
Volkswagen joked that their new electric car line would be called Volkswagen. Which, why wouldn't it? It's pretty funny.
That's
I don't know.
That they should.
I didn't think that was a bad name. It's dumb.
Should not be a joke.
But whatever. I don't know.
I saw a lot of people getting angry about that. We're living in an era of misinformation, and you're just propagating this misinformation.
I don't know. I would be okay if they called their electric cars Volkswagens.
That'd be kind of sweet, right?
It's a name. It's fine. It's not really like. I think any steps we can take away from the name Volkswagen and where that came from is probably a good idea.
Nice.
Yep.
Where did it come from? Did he also have German Shepherds like our president? Nice.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back to the task at hand. We got a lot of things on the docket here.
Do we now?
So Aaron says, when we were talking a couple days ago about just the explanation of his painting, and he said, thanks for reading my explanation on air. To help clarify, Timon said it was a painting, and it's not a painting. Thanks for the clarification there, Aaron. I responded. I said it's a creation because it really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's definitely not a painting. He said PVC board, and then did some other stuff to it. So yeah, it's definitely not a painting. It's I don't know what it is. A sculpture.
Mixed media.
Mixed media.
Is
that the term?
I think that's what he called it, and it makes sense.
That makes
it's not just one thing.
It's not just one
You
thing.
keep bumping this, and
Does it
I'm
scare
really
you?
scared.
Yeah.
I just don't want the worst to happen. What's up, Joe?
Worst that happens is that you're gonna watch me drink beer off the tablecloth live on air.
All over. Sorry, guys. I just burped.
Oh,
I really
gross.
just said that. No, just all over both your laptops.
That would suck. Yeah, that would end the podcast real quick.
Not this one. No.
Aaron also says to a comment that we had about back advice. He says, I'm not qualified on giving advice on back stretches. Aaron, who is? Who's qualified? The CDC, of course. What I've learned is that it's more important to focus on more of the lower back. Tight legs can create more tension in your lower back. It's all connected. That's so true, Aaron.
Cool. Yeah, that's what the song says.
My backbone is tied to my legs, bones.
Yep.
Is that where you're
Aaron,
going?
I guess I don't know if our listeners want to follow up on that as far as how my back's doing post chiropractic visit. It's doing great, I think. I got one of those foam back rollers, the foam rollers that are about 5-6 inches in diameter, and you lay on it and you kind of roll backwards on it and with it sandwiched between your back and the floor, you just kind of back and forth.
You're gonna use your beer.
I was, but it's
Turn
too,
it over.
it's too it's too full. It's great.
All your tension spills out just like a beer onto the tablecloth.
It does.
Yep.
I actually really enjoy my back roller. It feels especially good after work. That's what I did today. I came home and
Just roll on your back.
rolled my back out. It cracks, it pops, it stretches it. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
If you listeners, if you want a cheap thrill, get a back roller and start using it. It feels good.
Was it pretty cheap on Amazon or wherever you
I got it
purchased
at the store for $13.
That's so cheap, yeah.
On clearance.
Guys, you'll save your life a whole realm of back pain if you get this back roller. Maybe.
It's pretty great.
We're not qualified.
You tried it.
We're not
You
I
tried
did.
it.
My back popped too. We're not qualified to give advice, but we're just telling you our opinions, and we feel great after using it.
Yeah, definitely.
I also went to the chiropractor today, and he
How
was
that?
proud of the work that I've come.
Did he say that you needed to get a back roller?
He did not.
He didn't.
No.
Okay.
But I told him I was using one, and he's like, oh, that's cool. So
He did not care.
he did not care.
Didn't care.
He saw the writing on the wall as his job was going away, replaced by a back roller.
Oh yeah.
Why pay $40 a visit or $30 a visit when I could just use a back roller?
Absolutely.
So, yep. I just realized right now on air 10 seconds ago that Cody Young sent us a question last week, and I did not read it.
Wow.
And he sent one for this week too, so we got 2 questions.
You shut him down just like you turned our heat off
Yes,
without consideration.
without consideration.
Cool.
And obliviously, like I was oblivious to.
I'll be honest, wouldn't have cared at all about the heat being on or off, except for the fact that it was 25 degrees last night. It's time for the heat to stay off. I'm right there with you.
We're
When
there
it's like
for it.
15, 60 degrees daily,
Yeah.
I think no heat is fine.
Yeah,
I
got spooked, man.
When it's 25 degrees out,
Yeah,
it's just too cold.
the
It's
snow on the
cold.
ground, it got us hard.
It's just a little too cold, man.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all.
unfortunate.
That's all.
Yep. Well, I do want to say happy birthday, Lincoln.
To who?
This guy right here. Happy birthday, my guy.
Oh, I remember. I was gonna do the intro. I was gonna copy your intro from your birthday on this day tomorrow. 28 years ago, a podcaster was born.
Dude.
That podcaster is Lincoln from the Timon and Lincoln show. Acclaimed,
Acclaimed.
award-winning,
Thousands of listeners
thousands of listens
on YouTube and on podcasts.
tens of listens on YouTube, thousands other places.
Right. Ones of listens on YouTube because I watched the YouTube video over 10 times to make those numbers look up.
And you should too if you want to see us wearing vests, or if you want to see me taking a vest off in podcasts. Now we're down to a t-shirt, a hoodie, and 1 vest instead of a t-shirt, a hoodie, and 2 vests.
Man, I've got a
Probably
t-shirt.
can't see it because the hoodie is black
Sure.
and the vest is also black.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like you're just wearing a black thing. So
yeah, it does.
Tell me a little bit about your day before we get into the questions. Tell me a little bit about the intro that you recorded about.
Okay, guys.
Got them.
This is really cringy.
Yes.
And I was trying to decide if it was Cute or cringy? Oh, you know who didn't send us a question?
Elisa. Elisa, what?
Shoot, we should call her and get her. I don't think she sent it.
Tell me now.
Oh no!
Tell me now.
That's not. Those aren't the lyrics. Oh, she really didn't send us her fad or future thing.
Should I message her right now?
Yeah, you should. So, anyways, I was scrolling through the old Facebooks after work, whilst rolling my back. I was just on the ground, just rolling back and forth, just scrolling through social media, trying to knock out a few activities all at the same time. Timon, I saw this jewelry maker.
Okay.
Advertising jewelry.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Made out of cut up bits of Barbie dolls.
Oh my word. I'm looking at it from upside down.
Okay, so I'm gonna crop these and post them to our story. Probably. This is probably, you know what this probably is, and they probably got me. You know what this probably is? You know what today is? This has got to be an April Fool's joke.
You think? Oh,
this has got to be an April Fool's joke. I cannot.
Is that Barbie butts?
Yeah, it's Barbie butts, and there
Barbie
are Barbie busts on it as hearts. This has got to be a joke. There's no way this isn't a joke.
Oh my gosh. Can I show YouTube real quick?
I mean, I'll post it.
Just one. Can I do the ear one?
Yeah.
Here, YouTube, take it.
See it.
Take a look at this. Can you see it? Oh my! Whoa! Wow! Ooh! Okay.
So just
enough of that.
Crazy. This has got to be an April Fool's joke. Although, I don't know. These don't look super photoshopped. So it would have been a lot of effort put into it to make a bunch of fake things.
Well, they should literally sell those because that's pretty intense. Like low-key pretty intense.
It's like kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is a April Fool's joke or not. I bet it is. There's no way this is real. But it's pretty horrific.
I could see that being real, though.
I can, too.
I could definitely see that being real.
Just like you can get like a cut-off Barbie arm pendant necklace.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. All
right, I messaged Elisa. Hey, Elisa, any fad or... Is it fad? Or future questions for the podcast?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right.
I think so.
All right, Elisa. Yep, just sent it to you. So hopefully you answer. You were active 17 minutes ago. Thank you, Instagram, for narking on you. Not me. I don't know why it would be narking on me. Wow, that's crazy. You should ask my girlfriend Allison about her arms that she has, just that she carries around.
What?
Yep, that's all I'm gonna put there. So Allison, it's out there now. There are not artists, but art is interesting.
I'm looking at their page to see if this is to find the original
legit
post to see if this is an April Fool's joke.
Said yesterday at
because I can't imagine this being a real thing.
Wow,
this might be.
I think it is, man. I'd be surprised if it's not. To be honest. Wow. Dude, the world you get into.
Oh, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
This. Oh my goodness.
Yep. Oh, dude. Okay, so speaking of art.
So I thought it was real, and I remembered it was April Fool's, and I decided to...
It was not real.
Oh my gosh, this might be real.
Now you realize it is real.
So I'm gonna go ahead and post... I'll crop all those and get them posted on the old Instagram. And you guys can tell me if this is cute or cringy. Let me know.
Yeah, please let us know.
If you think they're cute, that's fine, sort of. If you think they're cringy... They might be cringy. I don't know. Yeah. Your call. Obviously, it's jewelry that you could purchase if you think it's cute. So support the artist. But anyways,
you know, art.
I don't know.
Well, all right. So here's something we were talking about on the podcast. Was it yesterday we were talking about?
I don't remember.
The Lil Nas Satan shoes. Was that yesterday?
Remember.
Was that Wednesday? Well, whenever we talked about it, at one point.
Timon, I'm telling you, we podcast too much for me to remember what we talk about.
We do podcast all the time,
and I wear that as if it's a accomplishment.
Yeah, we put out that much content.
I like being able to say that.
We content.
I like being able to advertise how little I remember of the things I say.
Speaking of advertisements, follow Golf Lessons with John on Facebook.
There you go, John. Free shout out.
Free shout out.
Oh, I know. You know who I never responded to?
Who?
So, listeners, John sent us this No,
really
I wouldn't
nice.
say I wouldn't say it was a breakup text.
It was,
but it was a. I need to take a break from sponsoring you guys for a while. And, I mean, it's fine. No one's upset about it.
We're not.
You can sponsor us. You can not sponsor us.
We
it's
love
all
you regardless.
Fine.
Yeah.
John just he said some things to us.
It was really beautiful.
We had a good moment together, and Timon responded. I didn't. So John, here's my response right now. Hey Alexa, cue "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion.
Do you want me to cue it?
No.
Okay.
But the song's going, right,
Okay,
for you?
yeah.
All right. John, I didn't say sing it. That's the one. John, thanks for being our sponsor. Come back whenever you feel like it. Nice. Yeah.
I ain't no Alexa, but I still sing pretty well, maybe. So, Lil Nas Satan shoes. I'm looking into it, and I actually go on to the website that dropped them.
I was going to say, we might have talked about this in the podcast, but what is the most interesting aspect of... Oh, this kind of goes with my thing.
That's what I was going to say.
This is way more interesting than those shoes.
Tell
me about the company that makes these shoes, because obviously Nike did not manufacture these shoes.
So I thought it was Nike, and that's the outrage on social media was a couple days ago. Now it's no longer anything anyways, because it's been 24 hours. But we're still talking about it, so it's relevant to us. But it's called Mischief is the organization that did. So they bought these Nike shoes and modded them and then sold them. And they did this beforehand with these shoes called Jesus shoes, which was like the same but white, same Nikes but white.
What if I wore that?
You could do it. Do it right now. That's why I put it there.
You think so?
Do it.
Okay.
Guys, if you need to watch the YouTube video to understand what we're talking about.
Real.
Whoa, dude. That's legit.
I bet my voice is gonna sound really muffled.
It does. It sounds in real life like pretty muffled.
I'll talk extra clearly.
That's not the good move.
I'll talk extra clearly.
No, dude, put the pop filter back. This is not good.
I have an inch of foam in front of my mouth.
No.
Do you know how pop filters work?
I don't, but I see the spikes going up and down.
That's fine. We want that.
Okay.
We want more audio.
All right. I'm sorry, podcast listeners, if the audio is awful right now.
It's not going to be awful. There's an inch of foam between me and the microphone. It's doing a way better job at preventing the pops.
Nice. So this mischief drop thing is pretty interesting because they do these drops every month. They've done some really cool drops in the past too. They did one where they bought this like Louis Vuitton bags and made them into Birkenstocks that are selling for like $48,000.
Wait, they took Louis Vuitton bags and turned them into Birkenstocks and resold them?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
They're like, this bag.
I like that.
This bag started out at $21,000, and now you can buy these Birkenstocks for $48,000.
I think that's super interesting. I don't think
cool.
that. I mean, it's interesting.
So they do stuff like that. They made an app where if you want to, you can find stocks based on your zodiac signs. So that's the drop that they did, was this app. They did another one where, what was the other? They've just done a bunch. What they did, like one where you can spam, or it's a jammer of Alexa, so that Alexa can't listen to you, and you can clap. And it turns the jammer off, and then you can say, "Hey Alexa, blah blah blah." You clap again, and then it keeps on jamming the listening signal, so it can't listen to what you're doing all the time. So
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're really just kind of like this, like obscure. I don't know if they're obscure. To me, it's the first time ever hearing about them. But
all this stuff is outrageously expensive, right?
Well, the jammer was only $60.
Okay.
So some stuff they have is like cheap. Some stuff is just like like you said, outrageously expensive. So. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to check them out a little bit. I love how the narrative is Nike is Satan, which might not be far from the truth.
But in this specific scenario, Nike had nothing to do with it.
Right, exactly. And they're the ones getting the heat. So
they how many pairs of these shoes did Mischief buy?
666.
So they just bought 666 pairs of shoes from Nike.
Yep.
Did their thing, modified them, did their thing to them, and then resold them.
Yep.
And Nike is suing them?
Yeah. Nike's suing them. So
interesting.
But I think that gives them more clout, honestly, in a weird way.
It's definitely a cred move for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely, yeah. Yeah, definitely criminal.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
So, yeah, interesting stuff. Anyways, we were talking about that on the podcast the other day, and then new information came out, and I'm like, this is cool. So, again, art and creation of stuff can look different, multiple different ways.
Do you think that is art? Do you think it is art to buy a pair of Nike shoes and do your thing to them and then resell them at a exaggeratedly high markup? Follow-up question to this statement here. Tell them about the painting. Tell them about this painting.
So they bought this painting. I forget what the painting was, but it was these polka dots by an artist, and it was a $30,000 painting. And what they did is they took it, and the piece of art's beautiful. We'll throw a link up on our, at least on our Twitter. I don't know if we'll throw it up on. Oh my gosh, no! Oh Lord. Well, they're a link up, but they took this painting and there are all these polka dots, and they cut
Check out the YouTube video to see the masterpiece that just happened on camera there.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
It's pretty sick.
They took this like art piece and they cut it up, and they sold each individual polka dot, and then they sold the actual blank canvas where all the cutouts were. It was a $30,000 art piece or painting that they purchased. And they sold it for close to like $250,000 or $300,000 at the end of it.
Because you could spend a couple $1,000s and just have a little portion of the original artwork.
Right.
Instead, I don't know if that's okay or not.
Well, it's art.
It's interesting.
Bro. It's really, I think it's pretty cool. So, yeah, just interesting stuff happening on the mischief side of things, and so. I thought that for whatever intended purpose they were doing, it definitely got me to find out more about them and a little bit more interested in them, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Just taking clothes off. I love it.
Well, they won't know unless they watch the video, I suppose.
Yes. All right, so can we jump into some Friday questions? Is that cool?
Oh, we definitely can.
All right, you might have to take your hat off for that, or just give me your phone.
My hair is going to be really messed up if I do.
Okay, well then don't take it off.
Obviously, I'm not going to take it off.
So Cody Young from 2 weeks ago says, I don't know if I was supposed to say your last name. Sorry, Cody. Friday question. Speaking of just sending it, what is the dumbest thing you have done where you definitely should have gotten hurt? Example, my friends and I wanted to snowboard behind a snowmobile, but we had no snowboard. Instead, we took the trucks off the skateboard and duct taped our feet to the skateboard. Oh my God.
I was really on board with this whole plan until you read the sentence, duct taped our feet to the skateboard. I think that's when it went downhill. I think everything else, fun, not a big deal. You mess around. I think duct taping your feet to the skateboard kind of changes things. Because then your feet are taped together. You're only going to fall over and hurt yourself. There are no other options.
But how else are you going to stay on the board?
How do you stay on a skateboard?
But if you're pulling, you got
it's
the
like
wheels.
Lean back a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I understand why
it has
they did
grip
that.
tape on it.
Yeah.
I get why you did it because your feet are attached kind of to a snowboard.
He also says, I'm 100% here for Joe screen time on Fridays. He's the goodest of boys.
Oh, he is a pretty good boy, unless
boy.
he's not, and then he isn't.
He's a good boy, Cody. I have a feeling this is the same thing you sent to my actual Twitter today, so let me double check that. But
he noticed.
I know. I'm sorry, Cody. I feel really bad, Cody. I feel really bad, brother. Yeah, he did. He definitely just copied and pasted it. So, Yep. So same question. All right, Cody. What's the dumbest thing you've done?
You definitely have done, but should have gotten hurt for.
I took a car hood and sledded on that behind a 4-wheeler. So kind of similar veins, maybe. What's something dumb that I should have got hurt?
Like should have gotten hurt.
I know. There's a lot of things there. I used to climb buildings at Grace College.
That was a thing. I didn't really do that.
Yeah, I should have got hurt there. What else? I think I've done stuff probably car wise.
I feel like longboarded down steep hills.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty.
Skied. Should have got hurt there.
Should have gotten hurt.
Yeah. How about you? Anything that you can think of?
I don't know. I feel like I have just gotten hurt. I feel like I get hurt for dumb reasons. In fact, I feel like my whole life is this way.
Tell us.
I'm not doing something incredibly stupid and getting hurt. I am doing something incredibly normal and getting hurt in a really dumb way.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. Tell me, example it.
I'll give you several examples.
Okay.
So this one day, I was out in the barn.
Okay.
Doing something. I was probably in early middle school.
Okay.
And it was summer. I was wearing just like some basketball shorts. I don't know. It's summer. That's not weird. But I had to get something and in the barn, and in order to reach down and kind of grab this thing, I had to slide up against one of our wooden fence panels that was kind of old and stuff, but I just had to kind of squeeze down there and grab something off the ground.
Yes.
A splinter this big went right into my leg.
Oh, man.
Like a big one. Pretty big.
Oh, boy.
And went all the way in.
Oh, man.
So I had to go to the hospital.
Oh.
I had to go to the ER, and I had to get my leg cut open and a bunch of stitches to get this big splinter out of my leg.
Just to grab something.
Literally was just kind of going over here to get something. That was all I was doing.
Wow.
Okay, so example number 2. I can't remember if I'm getting lightheaded in this thing. I can't.
Masks work. Stop it.
Man, this would be a good COVID mask.
It would be. You could wear that to the...
I could. It is a full face covering. You're right. In a pinch. Second example, and I cannot remember if I am either older or younger, but this one year at 4-H, I got assigned clubs. I don't know. There are things that you do in 4-H that if you're a part of it, you get suckered into running the concession stands a little bit. Yep. Or helping them pick up the trash.
Yeah.
And so it was trash day, and I had to it was our club's turn to
take
go
the
around
trash out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my brother Alex will remember this. There was a small John Deere lawnmower pulling a little trailery thing. I don't know, a little flatbed trailery thing. And my brother was driving, and there was a bunch of us. We were just walking beside it. And just picking up trash from the fairgrounds, all the trash, barrels and stuff, and just kind of all that.
Would you throw it in the lawn in the
and
the
we
trailer?
were throwing the bags of trash onto the.
As it was going slow, you're just
chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. Yeah.
And there was a little stretch where there were no trash cans to get the trash, and I was sitting on the wagon, and my foot was a little close to the wheel. I was sitting in front of the wheel.
Oh no.
And so it twisted my ankle underneath the tire and scraped up the inside of my foot real bad.
Oh my gosh.
So I had a pretty bad sprained ankle, plus I still have a scar on the inside of my ankle.
What?
This tire just ripped my shoe off and just drug my foot and just kind of one of those and kind of almost running me over, but not.
Oh man.
So yeah, that was pretty I don't know, maybe I deserved that one for having my feet dangle off a wagon. I feel like it's a pretty normal thing to do, though.
Yeah, just chilling. I would have done something and just caught, and you're, that sounds painful.
Another example, and some of our listeners will understand this. I was 18 years old. I was a freshman at Grace, and when you're a freshman at Grace, you were required to spend an hour a week in the gym for the first 8 weeks of college.
Nice.
Do you remember doing that?
No, I don't, but...
It was part of freshman foundations. It was go to college and try to be well-rounded and,
not well-rounded, but well-rounded.
Yeah, establish healthy habits, I think is what they called it.
Wow.
So we were at me and Ben and some other people were at the gym one night just wasting time, just playing basketball. And I literally, the first, we got on the court, someone shot the ball, I ran up to get the rebound, and my pinky went jabbed straight into the basketball and broke pretty bad. No bone was on the outside of the skin, but it split my first digit of my finger.
Can you show the camera?
Half.
Wow.
And I had to get surgery. There's a metal plate and 5 screws holding that bone together.
Healthy lifestyle. That's a healthy lifestyle.
It doesn't really straighten out. Doesn't really.
Wow.
Just not even playing basketball in the gym one night, just hanging out. That's no one should have got hurt, but I broke my finger, and then had to participate in physical therapy for my finger.
Wow.
So that was pretty lame. Had a surgery. Had a big. You remember that cast freshman year that it went around my 2 small fingers and then almost all the way up my elbow.
Wow.
That overkill cast.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but
maybe
I can imagine
it was more just kind of past my wrist. I don't know. But it was still.
So it was like all that type of stuff. That sucks, man.
Yeah. So me doing incredibly normal things and getting just hurt in dumb ways.
Series of unfortunate events,
instead of doing dumb things and not getting hurt. Literally the opposite, Cody.
Cody, I think the craziest thing that I've probably done, I would go when I was in Florida go on gator hunts. I would get really close to gators.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm low-key a little bit jealous.
It was cool, but I was in some situations where I should have probably not been alive after it, but I loved it. Loved being close and the thrill of like almost dying. I have a picture, I don't know where it's at, of me probably 5 feet away from a gator that was twice my size. He was just chilling. I felt like I was Crocodile Dundee.
It's pretty crazy. We had tried to find some alligators when I was in Florida.
Yeah, they weren't out that time.
And they
weren't there. We should have gone to the Everglades. We went to we went to a good spot. But should we have gone to the Everglades? Fine. Yeah. Next time, dude.
I'm not that upset.
Yeah, it was one time I went kayaking down the middle of Florida, Peace River, and there was alligators right next to my kayak.
Just right in the water with you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I didn't fall out, but the guide who was taking us on this fell out, and that was kind of scary. So, but yeah, I guess we should have probably died there, but we didn't. So yeah, you know,
sick.
It is what it is.
Sick.
Great question, Cody. Sorry I missed it last week.
Sorry it took us 2 weeks to answer it.
Glad we get it now. So, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I've got a comment from James.
Yeah, what up, James?
So it's not that I can't see through the thing I'm wearing. I'm just super lightheaded and it's hard to see. There we go.
So I'll go black.
This angle. Yeah, I mean, everything's just kind of blurry. It's fine.
We'll be
fine.
We're okay. We're okay.
So James was responding to something I had said in a previous episode about really feeling like I needed to become more assertive in the workplace.
Nice. Okay, yes.
And so I asked for tips.
Yeah, James,
so here's what James says.
Yeah.
Myself, being an introvert, the only way I can think of to be more assertive in the workplace is to force yourself to have more interactions with your superiors. Maybe offer to take on more responsibility in other areas. Not sure if you have monthly check-in meetings with your boss, but those can be good opportunities to get feedback and express your thoughts.
Thank you, James. That was really solid.
Yeah. Thanks, James. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate it. It's always good to hear from a fellow introvert. We don't talk much. That joke would have worked really well if I didn't have this thing on my face.
No, I love it.
It's getting hard to breathe.
I think it's even better, dude.
So the timing was a little off on it.
I'm like kind of laughing.
The line should have been, it's always nice to hear from a fellow introvert. We don't talk much.
Nice.
That was the joke. Yeah, James. So we didn't used to have like a weekly meeting with my team, but now we're starting to do those.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking those opportunities to be a little bit more vocal with things that I do.
Yeah.
So people know I do them.
Yeah, so that you can get credit for what you do.
Not that, I'm trying to like brag or anything, but sometimes at work, people just don't know when you do stuff.
Right.
Unless you tell them.
Right, unless you tell them.
And obviously, I don't know how much I want to get into this.
No, get into it.
No, I just like my approach was not a little weird. It was just an approach I thought was a good approach. But like this is more of a workplace where that was kind of not a good approach.
Yes.
And not that it was a bad approach.
Well,
I thought I would come in and just be very teachable and like willing to learn and work hard and just kind of shut up until people thought I was good at my job. And then kind of start being myself, because like what's worse at work than the new guy who's trying to be funny, who isn't funny, who is also so bad at his job that he is a liability to you and makes your day go slower.
Maybe
that's kind of how it is in the beginning. Like you're always kind of bad.
It's the learning curve. Yeah,
that's the learning curve. And so like when that dude tries to goof off and be funny instead of just like doing his work, I was trying to avoid being that person.
Gotcha. Can I push back a little bit on all that?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
I think the main thing is this is the first real kind of office job you had too, right? This is kind of like
in a normal person kind of way. At Lifeline, there was a heavy office element to that job because there was an office and also an office I worked in. But the crowd of people was all in the social work community, which I think is would be described as non-normal to most, I think. I don't mean that as a bad thing. I just people touch my butt more there than they do at my current job. So that's, I don't know, that's kind of... Yeah.
So it was office, but like sexual harassment was cool.
But it was like we were all freshmen in college, kind of like Even
that's what I'm saying. Like this was kind of your first professional-ish job.
It's pretty
right?
laid back though, but yeah, kind of.
It is, yeah. And so I think for you came in like, all right, this is a totally new environment for me, so I'm going to make sure I get the lay of the land before I start rocking the boat, which is a good move,
and have confidence in what I'm doing, and then start to make jokes that maybe aren't perceived as funny.
Yeah, but I think right now you're in a year in, and so you know the lay of the land. Now you can manipulate.
So do you think
move
and
shake
in jobs previous, like by 6 months, I had either really gotten it, and people like looked to me for answers regarding situations. Like that was Lifeline. By the time I was 6 months in, I had dealt with so many I wasn't at the top, but like people referred to me as like a senior staff member at 6 months in. Right. Sorta. At another job, it took like, I really started to click with it, my bread job, after 6 months, but I didn't feel like I was crushing it until like a year. And that's like, I hit a really solid stride there. So like a year.
Nice.
Is this job just a lot less intense than those other jobs? And so you just experience things slower?
I don't know if it's, I think each job's going to be different.
I can't breathe.
Yeah, you can take it off.
No.
It's too late now.
It's too late now.
Well, then we got to wrap it up. I think it's probably different per job you go to, right? It's no job's going to be the same.
Yeah.
But I think 6 months is what they say for the learning curve. And then when it clicks, it could be 6 months. It could be, a year and a half later or 4 years later or whenever it clicks. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when the clicking happens, but I think you kind of know the basis of everything by 6 months. And you're like at least at the level where you can function.
Yeah, and I felt that feeling kind of early on with this job where like, all right, I remember coming home like the second week like, I mean, like, I can do this. There are issues, but like, I'm getting it.
Yep.
And then like the position changed because of what 2020 was,
right?
And the implications.
The implications.
And it's been hard to keep up with the rate in which it has changed in terms of just
now you're just growing.
Work. I think so. I'm trying to.
Inside of the company.
I remember a few times early on where like someone would say something and it would like make me a little mad, and then I had to remind myself like this is what it is like to learn.
Yeah.
Like people say things you don't agree with, and then you get mad, and as they try to critique it, then you realize like this person isn't like they're teaching you something. Like this is how it feels to grow again.
This is how the growth happens.
I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, man. I think this is just part of the process, to be honest. I think it is. But yeah, I think it's time for you to be, now that you know the lay of the land, time to be assertive. And I think
I'm trying.
A little bit of it for you was just kind of, okay, I'm not sure what this is yet. And so I don't think it was bad to not be.
I was stepping into an
new
office
spot,
and a different environment I ever, as far as like,
ever
field.
Been. Yeah. Well, and you'd been in something for 3 years previous. So it was like a totally different world.
Like I had no ideas. I had no ideas how like RVs actually worked.
Right.
How like,
so I think it's now
factories were. And so
I think James brought up a good point. Now it's time to talk to your superiors every, weekly or monthly check-in. And
I've definitely been doing that. We've had conversations about it off camera and stuff. Just like, I feel pretty fortunate to have some relationships that I do there. And so I'm trying to participate in those relationships as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. You got favor for sure. And that's a good thing.
And I also really like the job. I like the company. Like there's a lot of positives here. This is just, how do I adjust? How do I be better? How can I improve?
Right.
Is what this
Well,
was.
I think if they see that and they hear that, that's going to be a really solid thing too.
Yeah, I feel like the person who is teachable is worthless until they start like demonstrating competence.
Right.
And so like you can be teachable for a really long time, but until you can prove that you're an asset and can actually do your job and add something.
Do you feel like that's you though right now?
I feel like I'm struggling with the precipice of this issue. Because like I'm still kind of a liability where like there's a lot, like the stack of paperwork is twice as big as it was before. Yeah. And so like just like the clerical side of all the paperwork, like because takes so much physical time to rustle papers and move them from one side of your desk to another and like physically take them out of books, like that side of it, like it's so time consuming now.
Yeah.
And so instead of having 50-50, you know, you do that and then you do other things, that ratio is a lot different now.
Oh, interesting.
So, you know.
So you're trying to balance that, but also be assertive and also show that you're able to learn and all of these things.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah. I don't know. I've had some good conversations with some people. Good things are happening, I think.
I think they also probably know what your job description is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
think
like,
so
that's
too.
another thing, too. Like, they can't expect you to be this when your job description is this and you have to do these things.
Yes.
So.
I think you're right. I had a thought, but
it's vanished in the wind. So, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I do. Kind of in the same vein. Let me make sure there's nothing else on Facebook. Oh yeah, from Jasmine. Here's a question: do you think asking someone their favorite color when you first meet them tells you a little about their personality? Do you think it's like a preview? So, do you think there's more associated with someone's color preferences? That's not just aesthetic.
Jasmine, I feel like you will get more if you ask them what their zodiac sign is than their color.
Sick. Yeah, I'm a.
I don't know what my zodiac sign is, but I think you know what I'm saying? Or what's your Myers-Briggs? You know what I mean? I feel like you could ask other questions.
Okay, so that's super like. The whole idea of asking someone their favorite color is to covertly learn about their personality.
Yeah.
Versus asking them about their score on a personality inventory.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like they're different things, you know.
They're the same thing.
So what else? What else?
Green means you are this.
What's kind of the virtue signally? Like, what's the thing if they're like into that? Like, you think they're a good person or like a bad person?
Oh yeah, zodiac sign probably.
Probably murderers. If you're into killing people, I would say. We probably shouldn't be friends, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. When was the last time you shot someone?
Yeah, for sure.
Or stabbed them.
For sure.
You know.
I
don't know. Yeah. I don't know
how about this? How about this? I would say we're at the store, but I feel like there's not a lot that could tarnish our friendship. Okay, say we're at the grocery store.
Okay.
And you see me take a Snickers bar and just put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
And don't pay for it. Do you respect me a little bit less for doing that?
Oh, I respect you more.
So what's that thing though? What's that thing in friendships where you're like,
it's called balls.
That's a really,
you got balls.
It's like if you're doing this thing, it's like a really undesirable, like ugly.
If you get caught, I don't know you, dude. I'm sorry, I don't know you.
Like a good friend.
Yeah, I'm a good friend.
Yeah, and like a good friend, I wouldn't expect you to have to deal with that situation if I'm stealing something.
Right.
Yeah, I also don't want you to be a part of that.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
If you get it, I'm the high fives.
So what's that thing that's
for
like
handshakes?
If you do this, like it's an indicator of like.
Oh man, I have no clue.
If they're like a PC person or a Mac person, or
yeah,
if they're like
I don't
real
know.
big into TikTok or they have a Tumblr, like what's that kind of? They're real big into like zodiac signs or.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. If they, what's their favorite mark?
I don't know the term for zodiac signs. I'm very lightheaded. This thing is hot. Meow.
Meow. It's because you're a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I had this before Tiger King, guys.
Yeah, you were an original
that
tiger.
That chair is so loud.
You're an original Tiger King.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man,
sure.
That's a good question, Jasmine. I don't know. I don't know if let's say you walk up to me and I do say, like Aaron said today on April Fool's, that his favorite color is red. What does that tell you about Aaron? Or what does that tell you about me when I say it? I don't know if that... It might be... Here's the thing. If when I ask someone their favorite color and they say black, that already tells me a bunch of different things. Right? But that's about it.
Does it? I think that's what she's asking. Like...
They probably like
if someone
Metallica.
Likes the color yellow, what do you assume about them? That they're like friendly and nice, and
they like
if they like the color black, they might be kind of scary and dark.
No, that they like edgy things.
Okay, that's still an assumption.
Yeah, it is an assumption. I don't know if that's real or not.
Based on like
blue. What if I said my favorite color is blue? You could ask
like
that.
Presidential or something. Noble.
Isn't that purple? Isn't that royalty?
That's royalty.
Yeah,
nobility and royalty are different things, my friend.
That's true. I don't know if... I don't know.
It's really hot in here, guys.
I don't know if what color that is that. I mean, you can ask it. I'm not going to ever tell anyone not to ask questions or colors or whatever. That's fine.
I think she's just like, do you think like you make an assumption about that person based on
here's
aesthetic choice?
Here's another question.
I think you do.
What if you don't ask a question?
about.
What if you don't ask a question and you just look at them for a second and then open up your assuming vessel and you're just like, what? What do I assume about them and what is about them?
Oh yeah, because a lot of this is gonna be really funny, listeners. Because I find a lot of the assumptions and eventually untrue and false assumptions are made about people in my mind before I know anything about them.
Right. So like before you even meet them, I think there's already things you're picking up on them.
I don't know. Like just you assume things about people. Have you had that to like a friend where like you didn't really think much of them and then you became like really tight friends?
Yeah, his name was Lincoln.
Yeah. See what I'm saying though? Like you just kind of dislike them for no reason until you like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a yeah.
I don't know. I've never met someone I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That is who I am.
Yeah, it's dumb that I would think that you would know.
That I wouldn't assume things about people.
Okay, so Brian asks, Friday question. It's so hot in here. How do you know when it's time to move on from a job?
Brian, the fact you're asking that tells me that it's time for you to move on from a job.
But no, see what I'm saying with my job and stuff. That's a question I've been asking myself.
Yeah.
It's like, when do you decide that the job just isn't for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I
don't know. Is it like prom dress theory? Like when you know, you know?
No, I think it's this. Once you say, is it time for me to move on to the job? That's when you start searching. And then doors will open and doors will close depending on what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And then just go after stuff. Like, if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like, hey, this is not what it is for me, it never hurts to start looking for other stuff. Because if you just continue your job and never look for other stuff, it'll never show up in your world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to come knocking on your door. Sometimes it does, but odds are it's not going to.
I mean, yeah, I think people who look for things find them.
Right. And so if you think it's time to move on from your job, all right, so here's another question, Brian. Are you getting paid what you want to get paid? Are you enjoying what you're doing? Are you waking up and saying, yeah, like not every single day you're going to wake up and say, man, I'm so glad I'm doing this.
Can I answer all those questions for my friend Brian?
Yeah.
The answer to every single one is no.
No. So Brian, I would suggest, dude, start looking for other stuff.
Sorry, Brian, it might be. I didn't mean to like this on you. I
feel
like you're talking about you and your job, and since
I've been there before.
We have been coworkers before. Probably no to all the above. I don't know. I don't know.
Brian, I would just suggest start looking, man. I would never say
there are opportunities out there.
There are opportunities out there. I would never say do not leave your job and then go look for opportunities. Do it while you're at your job, and that's okay.
I mean, like, if you know you need that motivation, though, like, I don't know. Some people, I struggle with motivation, and so, like, is it like I know I won't look for something until I give up the thing I have, and, like, I absolutely need to? Is that the kickstart you need, though?
Maybe, or you could get in a really bad situation because you have to get a job. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. Like, it's just something like you have to really understand yourself before you do it.
Right.
Because, like, if you know, like, I will get a job, it will be fine if I make myself leave this job. Like, that's a pretty high level of maturity. But if you're there, you need to do it.
But you might jump in from one spot to a worse spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's dumb. Why would you do? It depends on the job you're in right now.
Because, like, the new job is, like, usually more exciting than, like, the one you're sick of, regardless if it's better or not.
Well, let's imagine the job you're in right now is not the job you're at.
The grass is always greener.
Yeah.
And it's going to be green for, like, a little while before you realize how bad the grass is.
Yeah, I would suggest looking for jobs.
Days, I don't know.
My advice is to look for a job while you're at the job. I think that's wisdom. Yeah.
But, like, this is just, like, a critical, like, conversation. Like, well, if you need to do the drugs, you might as well do the good drugs. Or something crazy like that. Like, I don't know. You just gotta know yourself. It's really hot inside this mask.
I was gonna say, I feel like you're hyperventilating.
Tune into our video to see what the heck is going on with me.
There's something. Do you have any other questions?
I haven't had fresh air in 40 minutes. No, I don't think so.
You put that on and at minute 10, we're 50 minutes in. That's hilarious. Yep. So I got a question from John. Question for Friday. I've been listening to Jordan Peterson a lot recently. One of the things he talks about is taking individual responsibility to contribute to a better world. What are some examples of individual responsibility actions people could do today or to help out our world tomorrow? One thing I can think of is learning to swallow your ego and be humble, aka own up to your own mistakes. Learn from them, move on. Peace and love from Johnny J. Dizzle. Thanks, BBS. That's me to you, John. Thanks, BBS.
Thanks, Jay Dizzle, for the question.
Yeah.
Johnny Diz.
Johnny J. Dizzle. So his question, let me sum it up again. What are some examples of individual responsibility actions people could do today to help better our world tomorrow?
Are you looking for more conceptual things or like more practical things? Because like the practical thing is take your cart back to the receptacle.
Yeah.
And like pick up your trash. And like just stuff like that.
Maybe compost.
And I feel like John, the example John gave was like pretty conceptual as far as like, I'm not going to be that crappy person that yells at someone in traffic that hurts the person that gets yelled. You know what I mean? Like, you can treat people with kindness and respect and love and not care about them. Like you can be nice to like the Walmart greeter lady and like smile and say hello. Like stuff like that, like it's not bad to do any of those things and just be like a pleasant person because it's enjoyable to be like that.
Can I tell you one thing that Alice and I have been doing? I don't know if this is taking individual responsibility, but it's been something to help out people for tomorrow. And we've been taking a percentage of our paycheck and putting it in a bank account. And you hate me for this.
Of course, this sounds like something you would do.
Well, we've been finding people who are in need, and those opportunities pop up all the time. Like they're here, they're there, they're this place, they're that place.
That's pretty fun.
And it's kind of cool because then you have the funds to actually help in those opportunities. And so just saving a little bit away right now today actually turns into helping someone tomorrow. And so that's been pretty sweet.
Sounds like something that Timon would do. It really does. Cool though. That's pretty cool.
It's been kind of cool.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, you see things. So you're like, oh, this person might need this right here.
It's like someone needs like $100 and you have it.
Right. That literally happened.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
They were going in between jobs and they needed a little bit of money to keep the bills on, and we're like, oh. So they asked to borrow it, and we're like, no.
Yeah.
You're good. Don't even worry about it. Like, it was cool. It was a good feeling.
For sure.
So
I've been thinking. I got a skateboard.
Oh yeah.
And I told Tim the other day, like, I'm gonna wait till the kids are skating down the underpass and like drive it down there and give it to one of them.
Just throw it out the window.
Just throw it at them.
I think another thing, John, is just like that kind of thought process of like, what can I do? I mean, taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? If you take care of yourself, then you're not. For instance, let's say 20.
Whoa! Don't you kill those doctor jobs?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Millennials killing the doctor industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like if let's say, for instance, your parents are having health issues and you're having health issues, like it's better if you are healthy to help them with their health issues. Not that that's gonna be, you don't know that, you don't know when those scenarios are gonna come, but I don't know. It's just stuff like that. There's probably stuff you can do in your life to make sure that your stuff's in order. And then when opportunities arise, you'll be there to help others.
Yeah.
So
when you die.
When people die.
Yeah, when you die, it'll be easy to deal with that.
Because everything's in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow. Well, any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, we'll wrap this up.
I can't breathe.
You can't breathe. Guys, thanks so much for...
want to plug?
Our Instagram, our Facebook, our YouTube, our Twitter.
Our Instagram got several new followers over the course of the past few days.
Yo, shout out.
Welcome. All you new followers, all 4 of you.
We are so glad to have you guys. Let me check the YouTube. If there's
we really are.
I don't know if we have any new YouTubers.
Lots of fun.
Let's take a look here.
Go and like a post if you like our posts.
Yeah, we appreciate that. I got a lot of happy birthday wishes. Thank you guys.
We've been sharing some things. We'll probably keep doing that. I really like posting on there because it's usually like stuff like with us that I post on there, and that's fun.
That's fun. Oh, Jay Nimps is our newest.
What's up, Jay Nimps?
Yep, and Margaret Skinner commented.
Oh.
Margaret Skinner, I guess, is a person. Oh, we got some comments a couple days ago.
Oh, yeah, let's get into the YouTube comments.
Probably a question for next week. How many bottles do you guys have on the wall?
Who said that?
Brian Perry.
Oh, what's up, Brian?
I'm going to give him a heart real quick. Big hearts.
Nice.
Big hearts.
Brian,
big hearts.
We have probably not 99.
Close to, though.
We've taken some down. We've passed them around.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of bottles of wine and cider up on the shelf.
We do.
Some.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. Dating back to 2015, Brian. I've been brewing beer and wine since 2015. And I'm just getting started. Not an expert yet. They all are rough.
Some of them are no longer good. Yes.
So
You're right.
So Jay Hinkle also is a subscriber. Shout out to Jay Hinkle.
Yeah.
Mr. J, 7 Mr. J, which is James, says I spy some Rolling Rock in the back. So yeah.
Okay. I can't see anything, James.
I think these are just regular. Just regular wine bottles here. Oh, there's some stuff in there too. That looks gross.
Oh, interesting.
But it tastes good though.
Probably not.
So
should we get? Is it? Oh, it's a cork.
It's a cork. I don't know if we have any Rolling Rock in the back here, James.
I think so.
We might though. There's a good chance that we might. So yeah, good stuff. Hey, if you guys are watching on the YouTube video, make sure to comment Tiger King.
Yep.
Okay, guys.
Carol
We'll have
Baskin.
Carol Baskin. Have a wonderful day.
So hot in here.
All right. We'll see you guys next week on Daily Content. We love you. We miss you. Have a wonderful Easter. Bye.